Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
Pew 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 pew. It's nice that
Old
that's
Heart
not,
Radio.
It's not the actual music that comes in. We do a cappella theme songs on our
If you want
Old Heart Radio podcast.
You can hear our scat cover or of the Matinee Edition theme.
Shoopity boppity bop beep bop bop doo doobity dobbity dow.
Shibbity bow.
Because the world is asking for it, we have to deliver.
Then we'll deliver the ska cover.
With a ska cover, that would be a controversial track on.
You got the bass line, but we can just add horns.
Yeah, that'd be fucking ridiculous. All right, well, this is episode 84 of Matinee Edition.
For the first time ever, actually, I was going to say we're not going to mention Marvel, but I just mentioned Marvel.
Yeah, for the first time since last year's DC Fandome, we have
a podcast almost exclusively devoted to DC stuff.
Yeah.
So,
which is so rare. It's so rare that it happens.
Briefly before we start, actually, I'll do this in the gaming minute. But first, before the gaming minute, heresy. I watched No Time to Die.
Ooh.
It was a fucking blast. Spectre is still the best one. We should do like an acapella theme for everything we watch.
Exactly. We could release a whole album of acapella themes. I bet a hot dog or two would buy.
With
Look
scatting.
for it on the future Patreon.
So No Time to Die. Spectre is still the best movie in the franchise. Probably the best Bond movie ever made. Let's be real.
I off the top of my head,
not Spectre, Skyfall.
I was gonna say, I don't remember Spectre, honestly.
No one does.
Which one was it though? It was the
one. It was the one after Skyfall.
Yeah.
It was very meh.
Who was the villain in that one?
It was Christoph Waltz.
Oh, that's right.
Blofeld.
Which is like such a shocker because
he's
usually he has like a more, he stands out in the parts. Yeah. He's not super forgettable, but seems like that villain's been forgotten.
Yeah. Actually he's in the
By
new
me, at least.
He's in the new one.
Oh, okay.
He has like a relatively significant part.
Is he the new Bond?
No. I will say that there is not a new Bond. They're not doing the whole like it's a code name type thing.
Okay.
It's like this is the end of Daniel Craig's story as Bond.
Yeah.
And the credits end with James Bond will return.
Okay.
But it's definitely not this iteration.
I mean, I've never had like a beef with like the way that they've done Bond movies. No. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care that it's
in this case. There's a beauty to the finality of it,
and that's cool because I think other than that, maybe like I don't know if they've like sent off any other Bond.
This
you
is
know
like,
what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
this is like the only one. There hasn't really been a send off. It's just they decided not to make another movie with an actor.
Yeah, which has always been the case with the franchise when it comes down to like, this actor's played Bond enough times. Yeah. Now we're moving to like somebody else.
It's a good movie.
That's cool.
It struggles from some writing issues, but not enough to take away from what it is. And it's incredibly well directed. The movie is visually more appealing than it has any right to be. Like it's like honestly one of the best shot films I've seen this year.
Yeah.
And incredible score. They got Hans Zimmer for it.
Oh yeah.
You get Hans Zimmer, shit's going down.
Yeah.
And it was a good time. I would definitely put it there with like if Skyfall's the best, Quantum of Solace and Spectre at the bottom. It's there with Casino Royale, upper middle.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's very good. It definitely it scratches the Bond itch, and it's well enough shot that it's also like not just a good James Bond movie.
Yeah,
it's an all around good movie.
Nice. Well, and that's always like, I mean, especially with, I'd say like Skyfall particularly stands out with it, but like there's some really great visual.
Oh, Skyfall's incredible.
Shots in that movie.
The cinematographer for Skyfall was the cinematographer for the Coen brothers. He shot No Country for Old Men.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah, that's
makes
cool.
sense. I watched No Country for Old Men recently, and
that movie's fucking one that will always hold up. Most Coen brothers movies will always hold up.
I want to briefly a bit of news outside of DC.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig's other major franchise.
Oh yeah.
The one that he apparently fucking loves.
Are you talking about Knives Out?
Knives Out 2 just wrapped filming.
Oh, okay. Wow, that happened fast.
I know, it happened fucking fast. So cast we got here. Obviously Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
We've got Edward Norton, Ethan Hawke, Kate Hudson, Jessica Henwick from Game of Thrones and Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Maddie something. She's Netflix actress. She's younger.
Netflix actress.
Leslie Odom. We have Janelle Monáe, Dave Bautista, and Catherine Hahn. That's a fucking great cast.
It's a stacked cast, actually. Catherine Hahn and Bautista. Anytime those two like I pop into something these days, it's like actually really it's worth maybe like looking into.
Yeah, I know we briefly talked like a few episodes ago about like Knives Out becoming a franchise.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it. I understood your mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's
one of those things. We'll have to see if they've sold their soul when the new one comes out.
Exactly. If the new one doesn't have the same like kind of charm and capture like that same sort of energy that the first one does,
because the first one was so subversive, it was a fresh take on a used idea.
Totally. It was a fresh take on a really like on murder mystery stories, and it's just like I don't know. It was
so engaging.
Awesome.
Me and Kate watched it around Thanksgiving.
There you go.
Like there you go.
That's like the ultimate test of just like seeing the movie and then being like, well, did that work?
Yeah.
It's not inevitably. It's not like doing Zoolander 2,
Fuck
where
Zoolander
it's like
2,
where it's like you're just like this never needed to happen.
No.
Like sure, Zoolander was fucking hilarious, but like Zoolander 2 years later didn't need to happen. At least this sequel is happening like fairly close to the first one, so that you can like kind of keep that momentum.
And I do think there is, especially in something where it's not like a direct sequel. It's like pseudo anthology with Benoit Blanc tying everything together.
Exactly.
And it's like the first Knives Out was apparently just a Rian Johnson passion project.
Yeah, and I don't think they ever intended for it to be as wildly successful and popular as it was.
I think they probably had an idea that it would be successful with the cast they assembled. These people, obviously actors were loving the script.
It would be like a regarded, a
really good independent film,
But it just all of a sudden, I mean, it blew up, and for good reasons.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I mean, I think, like you said, I think it'll just
you got a new computer.
It'll just be interesting. Yeah, finally got this DOS upgrade.
Fuck, I was like, fingerprints.
Yeah, it's recognizing things it shouldn't now.
All right, well, shall we go into our next segment?
Uh-oh.
One up. All right. Welcome to the Game Minute, fellas. This is we're getting into spooky season. It's mid-October. Destiny 2's holiday themed expansion.
Oh yeah.
Or not themed expansion, but a limited time event. Free for all players. I want to show you the trailer for it because there's some fun movie puns in it. And also will bring us into an interesting discussion about game development that I want to get your 2 cents on as less of an avid gamer than myself.
Oh, fair enough.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Festival of the Lost trailer.
Thanks for letting me tag along, Guardian.
You're welcome.
The Festival of the Lost.
I don't know if they were talking to me right now.
Spooky vibes.
Legends say that the headless ones are endlessly searching for their lost ghosts.
Ooh.
Everyone gets masks of Destiny characters.
Uh-oh.
And dinosaur-themed Halloween armor.
What?
Monsters are real.
Dinosaur-themed Halloween armor sounds pretty cool.
It's pretty fun.
Jurassic Green.
And
The headless ones. Oh shit. like a headless horseman looking like motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this just looks like it'd be fun, you know?
I know.
It's fun gameplay.
So, it's a short trip.
Festival of the Lost Guardian.
Happy Festival of the Lost. It's a little take on Dia de los Muertos. It's supposed to be a bit witty, nothing too crazy, but as somebody, this is a fun thing that's being delivered to players for free.
Yeah.
As just sort of an added, like, here's a little something, you play our game, thanks for playing our game.
Yeah.
What's so interesting, and why I wanted to bring up Destiny again, as I do in a lot of podcasts, there was something immensely controversial that was brought up because of this. Bungie has implemented something called the Destiny Content Vault, where stuff from a few years ago that is no longer relevant to the live game gets vaulted to either be like refurbed and like reused in the future.
Okay.
Or in some cases to never be seen again. So they did it for the first time about a year ago. They vaulted a few small areas, small open world areas that they showed the numbers only like 0.01% of time in the game had been spent in those locations.
Okay.
And the stuff you could earn there was already irrelevant to the rest of the game. It wouldn't help players at all to go back to that. And it was confusing new players.
Oh,
But
like what? Like why is it there? Like
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
you don't do anything.
Exactly.
You don't get anything. Yeah.
Like it's starting new people at a place beyond that.
Yeah.
Yet
okay.
it still exists. So it was sort of confusing people.
Yeah.
What I find so interesting is that Destiny's been marketed and sort of like played as like a live service MMO, almost like in the World of Warcraft, where you pay a subscription fee. Just in this case, it happened. You're paying for one expansion year after year, or you can just do the free mode and just not get access to the new stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But unlike World of Warcraft, they're pulling stuff out.
Yeah. So it's like
It's like so the stuff, like as an example, the stuff that got taken out of the game like a year ago, I paid for that.
Yeah.
Almost 3 years before they'd taken it out. I
Yeah.
was one of the people never going to any of those locations because there's nothing to earn from it. But I can also, but I was able to understand their logic of why they took it out, because they were introducing new stuff and it was breaking old stuff. So it was better to delete it, make sure that everything new that people was actually doing was functional and up to a higher quality.
Yeah, but I mean, and it's kind of, you know, it's like the state of a lot of games where they're constantly changing. But you know, it's an interesting point that it's like it's not what you signed up for. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's not what you like the game you bought anymore.
Exactly.
And that's where I think I have a beef with it a bit, is because it's like
you can really understand why.
Totally.
But it's still like, and this is sort of how it's been like approached by the community. You get it.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Meh.
But it still feels wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's a very interesting sort of dichotomy of like, with games now, I've always seen the analogy of like, there's a bug in Super Mario Bros. 3. It's been there since release. No one found it at Nintendo. It's not going to get taken out ever because it's impossible.
Yeah.
And it's incapable of being connected to the internet. It's going to be always there. Somebody,
Good point.
fuck me, I just turned on my flashlight somehow. Nowadays, a bug, fucking Game of Thrones can have a Starbucks cup and it can get digitally removed. You can ship a bug on day one. So many games now have a day one patch.
Interesting.
Like Battlefield's a good example. The day one patch for Battlefield 2042 is like 7 gigabytes of bug fixes that were discovered since the final like send off to the distributors.
Wow.
So it's one of those things of like, it's constantly evolving, and it's either
Totally.
And it's what's so crazy is Bungie did this first with Destiny, and it's getting picked up by people.
That kind of method.
That kind of method.
Yeah.
It's sort of like Animal Crossing. They're not doing it as much like that, but they're starting to lean more into like not throwing away everyone's progress by like having a completely new game.
Yeah.
And
which would be so, I mean, just again, like, I feel like that'd be so frustrating. Like,
yeah. So it's like either in order for it to be sustainable, like because Destiny's now like 45 gigs. Before they took like a year ago, before they took that stuff out, it was at like 150.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Which is like it's like a third of an Xbox like hard drive.
Yeah, like now I'm thinking about it, I wonder if that's why my PlayStation 4 is like running slower. Is because maybe there's some like too many bulky like game systems on there.
Yeah, if you're not running it's the whole thing of like you gotta delete stuff that you're not using. And did the printer just start?
Yeah, I think
Welcome to Matinee Edition books.
I think somebody in my house is printing.
Oh, might have a little guest appearance here. But it's so interesting the like dichotomy of that and how that industry is changing. And that's a sign of it.
Yeah.
It's like it's gonna rub consumers the wrong way, but it might have to just be something that ends up sticking around.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just like the nature of where games are at. You know, like people want, and you know, it's sort of like it's the lesser evil thing to do, where it's like you get, you know, new content and you get like you know you still get like exactly, it's better new content. You still have like you know the same type of expansive gameplay.
Yeah,
but it does you know. I mean, it's like it's not like going and buying a Nintendo 64 game where you know exactly what's going to be on there.
Exactly.
And I think that's just kind of like you have to assume that going into like new game play these days is that you just you know.
It's just a wholly different experience.
It's so weird though. It just feels weird. You know?
Exactly. And that's sort of it. It's like, even though they provide numbers, even though they provide the necessary validation, still be uncomfortable. That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, what have we got here? What came out of the printer? It
says, be a modern day warrior. Stop the spread, mask up, and get vaccinated.
You heard that first.
I don't disagree with that necessarily.
Hey, if you're not vaccinated, don't listen to our fucking podcast. But we have a lot of listeners in Wenatchee.
Oh, listen to the podcast.
I'm sorry.
Just get vaccinated. Don't be one of those douchebags.
Yeah. So, continuing the game minute, this is our start, our initial starting into DC here. We got 2 game trailers that were released.
Yeah. Well, we got the Suicide Squad one, and what was the second one?
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights.
Shall we? Suicide Squad first.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, subtitle, Kill the Justice League. Oh, a trailer for Free Guy, which we should watch. It's on digital now.
Free Guy.
No one doesn't like Ryan Reynolds, let's be real.
Ryan Reynolds doesn't like Ryan Reynolds.
Well, fair enough. Guess you win.
Still, you're good at what you do.
That King Shark, the Deadshot.
Yep. Harley Quinn.
Who's Harley Quinn?
We got Waller. We got Captain Boomerang.
So those are probably the main playable characters then?
Yeah, they said there's going to be more, but I assume this is who they'll start with.
Yeah, they'll add like other characters as they go probably.
Oh, Boomerangs can teleport to his boomerang, which is sort of fun.
You're perfect.
I mean, that is interesting. It's a weird Brainiac.
Why didn't they gotta kill the Justice League?
Dude. It's comic book video games have always been like an intriguing thing. It's like I feel like they very rarely have done them right.
Yeah.
I was just about to do that. Task Force X. Your new mission is to kill the Justice League.
I mean, you gotta think about it. Like, there's just no way that crew could take on a single member of the Justice League. Really, like the one that I could see them being able to beat the most, Green Lantern.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I was just thinking about that like on my lunch break earlier today at work.
Look, so that's the Brainiac stuff.
Oh, okay. So they're kind of like
they're all brainwashed.
Yeah.
You crawl out of your cells, swoop in.
I mean that makes sense, but they gotta be like there's something like that going on.
You were thinking about what?
Oh, just how overpowered the Flash is as a character.
Busted. We'll see this.
Like easily the most like powerful character in the DC universe.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, I mean, it's interesting. Like they're definitely like It's really interesting to me how the character of Harley Quinn has been like
Looks like Wonder Woman.
she's been like,
Repeat. The Penguin is in flight.
you can never go back like on her character design after like post, you know, Margot Robbie's. Zap him.
Somebody stop him!
No! It very much did not get him. Waller! Blow up his head!
Blow off his head. He
I
killed
love
it.
all the different takes on King Shark.
King Shark's just like they've turned him. They've turned King Shark into like a funny character to play with for sure. Like, I mean, my favorite's probably in the Harley Quinn show.
Oh,
Like, I love that version of King Shark.
Who is that? It's Beyonce! Might be
Also,
one.
same thing with Bane in that show, dude. I
Bane is
love Bane in that show. He's just so
fucking
funny.
You know, actually, have we seen anything about Harley Quinn?
I mean, I know they're like the next season's
Well, there
like
was the whole news flash from a few months ago where it was Batman was supposed to go down on Catwoman and Harley Quinn, but the DC stopped it.
yeah, they had to wreck on it. Zack Snyder put his 2 cents into
Yeah,
at one point.
canon.
Yeah, dude. Like that's so funny. Like, why draw the line at Batman like performing fucking oral on Catwoman? Like,
Yeah, there's been a Batman comic where Bane's had his dick out the whole time.
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's all sorts of things, you know. It's
Wait,
like
didn't Batman have his dick out in like a comic recently?
I mean, I think there is like a controversial issue of that,
Whatever.
but yeah. Anyway,
Apparently.
yeah. Well, so I mean, that game will look like. I mean, like,
It's made by
seems like
Rocksteady, who
Squad
did-
game looks fun. I mean,
Yeah, it's made by Rocksteady, who did all of the Arkham games.
that makes sense.
So they sort of have a history with the characters.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I mean, like, I wonder like how the gameplay will go down.
Yeah, we haven't really seen gameplay yet.
That's always like the big mystery for those kind of things. It's like the trailers like those look really fucking fun either way.
But it's all cutscenes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like that, you can get like a gist for the story, what the general idea is, but
Yeah.
in gameplay.
Gameplay's different, man.
I watched this trailer. Speaking of Batman,
Yeah.
Gotham Knights, the Court of Owls official story trailer. So Gotham Knights is taking place in a universe where Batman supposedly died. Wayne Manor exploded. It's post the death of Jim Gordon, and it's sort of like the remnants of the Bat family
Trying to
getting
do
their
what they
shit together.
can.
I think it's Barb. I think it's Batgirl,
Yeah.
Nightwing, Tim Drake's Robin, and Red Hood
Okay.
are the 4 playable characters.
I mean,
That's a good lineup.
all of those characters would be fun to play, like
I
go
also-
around bashing people with.
Let's be real. Batman's probably alive. So I wouldn't be surprised if we at least get to play as Batman.
I don't know. Batman's dead.
Batman's
I don't know. Batman's dead.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know.
Apparently him and Alfred died, but I don't think so.
They died holding hands,
Yeah, who knows?
going down with the ship.
Jim Gordon. They thought they had a handle on this city.
They thought.
They never did.
This is a very gameplay heavy trailer.
You don't stand a chance.
You know, I'll say this. I've always disliked Nightwing's outfit.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's sweet.
It just doesn't do it for me. I think the Robin outfit looks cooler.
Tim Drake's Robin outfit looks sick.
Yeah, Tim Drake's particularly.
But no one talks about them. Not a whisper.
Another penguin, huh?
Is said.
The Court of Owls is a myth.
They're listening.
Nah, is that Penguin?
It is, 100%.
Yeah. Those owl assassins, man.
Yeah, fuck the Talons.
Talon.
You know, I think there's a featurette about the development of this game, and the writer of the original Court of Owls run helped write this game and adapt it.
That's interesting. Scott Snyder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a mind-blowing story, really, when it came out.
Yeah.
And it obviously
That's a
has become
sick
like a...
looking Red Hood costume.
Yeah.
So spooky, man.
Interesting.
It's like they're so feral.
Yeah, like. Yeah, the talons look like they're fucking intense.
If you really want to go down this rabbit hole, you need to know there's no coming back from it.
Yeah, man. That looks like
Spooky
it'll
shit,
be.
man.
That looks like it'll be a fun storyline to work through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That looks. I'd say I'd pick that one up before the Suicide Squad one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, just because like that one, I think, like I said, I think the gameplay is more, or the storyline is more intriguing.
Same here. I know that one's coming out first. I think that's due sometime in early 22.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. I think it's definitely more of a direct homage to the Arkham games.
Yeah, you can tell stylistically for sure.
Stylistically, and it looks like I played Arkham Knight because it was on Game Pass. And Arkham Knight, it's very like Batman's a brawler. We see it all the time.
Yeah.
But that game does a very good job about like methodically planning what you're gonna do.
Oh, interesting.
I'm gonna throw a distraction over here, sneak through some vents, maybe get above, drop in, pick as many off as you can, and then the guys that you have to go and bust out the fisticuffs, you eliminate as many of the small dudes first.
Nice.
Stealth knockouts and that type of stuff.
That's cool.
And it's like I think that's gonna be the direction that game goes, at least like mechanics wise.
Yeah.
And it's so engaging. Like stealth games when done well are so fun, and the Arkham games are known for being phenomenal in that regard.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's how that turns out.
It looks, yeah. I don't know. Like that was the thing. Like watching it kind of gave off some of those like Arkham Batman game kind of vibes. Like
sort of gritty, Burton-esque, you know?
Yeah.
Like that. It's slightly unsettling, but also a bit cartoonish.
Yeah, it totally has. It totally looks. Like a comic book video game.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Yeah. What else we got? Well,
speaking
DC
of
was
Tim
just
Burton,
Fandome for fucking days.
I'm gonna skip past. No, we're not watching this trailer yet. This is how we're gonna finish it.
I like that was the first. That was they were trying to show us a trailer before the trailer we actually wanted to watch. There.
I don't actually. I'm just gonna skip Ezra Miller talking. This is the trailer for The Flash, the first look trailer.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not really interested in Ezra Miller as a person or an actor playing the role of
hits
Barry
woman
Allen.
as well. So like
Yeah, I mean, there's that whole like
whatever
video or whatever that was.
Here it is.
Very strange.
Tell me something.
I'm intrigued.
You can go.
Is that
Ezra Miller and Ezra Miller.
Double Ezra Miller walking up to a
Timeline.
abandoned-looking Bruce Wayne manor?
I don't know what the deal is.
That's definitely Wayne Manor.
Yeah, it's definitely Wayne Manor, but I just think, is there like he gets like Bruce Wayne killed or something?
So that suit,
I don't know how I feel about it. It looks weird.
I don't like it. It does look weird.
It looks like a onesie.
Yeah. Well, and it's got to be like not his main suit. But
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Look at that cowl. He ain't
Yeah.
turning his head.
No.
Are you in?
Looks better there. The CGI is obviously not finished.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that's.
But yeah, dude. So that's right. Like you 100%.
Oh, there you go.
If anybody has been, what do you think was under there? Batmobile?
Huh?
What do you think was under there? The Batmobile?
It's the Batmobile.
Yeah.
I love the holy shit. That's fun.
Like that. I love that shot of that trailer though, when it's just exactly that cowl shape,
100%.
and you're like, oh my god, that is the Tim Burton Batman suit.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton is there. I mean, obviously he's been, there's all the talk about how he was filming his shit and whatnot. But
And then
super
also
excited about that.
there's been on the Flash set a Batman that much more heavily resembles Ben Affleck's.
Well, I've read that Ben Affleck has actually shot stuff for this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
So that might be his way of like retconning it out.
He's quoted as saying that it was great to revisit that character in with like this light where it wasn't like, now this isn't obviously a direct quote, but it was great to revisit the Batman character without all the negative pressure that came with the immediate reaction from Justice League.
Yeah,
So,
that's interesting. Yeah,
you know, because
they're
I will
shooting
say
it-
this,
they're-
dude. Ben Affleck's Batman was not the worst thing about Justice League. Like, you know what I mean?
If anything, it was one of the stronger concepts.
Definitely. I mean, it was just like the fact that, I don't know. It just like the context that his version of that character was received in, and like between Batman versus Superman and Justice League was just, it just didn't. Like, I don't know, it just didn't work, but I thought it was a discredit to his portrayal of Batman because I did like it. I will say that.
It was different. I mean, like, people, like, I'm not going to get into the whole Batman shouldn't kill debate. I think it's stupid and Zack Snyder trying to be edgy, but
I agree.
The intensity of his performance was very fun.
Yeah, dude, you can't deny that like that warehouse fight scene was one of the best physical choreography Batman scenes we've ever seen. You know,
and then
what I mean?
even like the shit of like he's going to take on Superman and there's him doing like CrossFit.
Yeah,
and
dude.
like getting ripped.
It was
and like trying to prepare himself as much as possible. Very Batman.
Yeah.
It's just that raw determination.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought like Affleck did a good job bringing that intensity to that role.
Yeah. You know,
but I really hope that they do sort of bring that back so they can at least give some sort of closure to that character, Ben Affleck's version of that character.
So other Flash, by the way.
Grant Gustin?
No.
Oh.
No, like second Flash in the Flash trailer.
Oh, yeah. The
is wearing a it's the Burton Batman suit spray painted in Flash colors.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, people figured out on the chest you can sort of see some like lines and people zoomed in and it looks very much like he just like spray painted a Flash logo over the Batman insignia.
Interesting. Maybe like that's part of the story is like they find like the Batcave, like a defunct Batcave, and you know he steals one of those to use or something.
And then they have Lara Kent there from the Injustice universe.
Yeah. That's such a wild card. You know, this like the set photos of her got leaked a while ago, and it's like a cool inclusion, but it's like you also just like this trailer doesn't do anything to further like your idea of what the story might be. It just kind of solidifies that it's going to be the Flashpoint storyline.
The sting at the end even is like in production. They're not even comfortable giving this thing a release date.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, I think that's a smart move at this point from DC because I'm tired of them like announcing shit and then like fucking going back on it right away. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm with you there.
Let's talk. I mean, we'll talk about Black Adam in a second, but you know that's like the perfect example of this whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Because like literally they've been talking about Black Adam for fucking at least 3 years. You know,
well, they cast Black Adam before they cast Henry Cavill as Superman,
and that's what I mean. So it's like
they jumped the gun hard.
They're finally gonna give us some payoff on that. You know?
Can you pause the recording?
Yeah, for sure.
I need to take a piss.
Leave
it in.
My God.
I don't know if you ever had the satisfaction of having a perfectly clear pee.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
you just know you're crisp and hydrated.
So well hydrated. I drank so much fucking water at work today.
Oh, good.
Now this Pamplemousse La Croix really pushed it over the edge.
Oh man. La Croix.
La Croix. Thank you. Welcome back to the Matinee Edition DC Fandome. A stupid name for an event. DC Fandome extravaganza.
DC's just, why do they have like such a fucking hard time coming up with a name, like names for things?
Just call it DC Fandom.
Yeah.
Why
is it Fandome? Like,
it's not a dome.
Welcome to the Fandome, brother. Like, I don't fucking get it.
Stupid.
Anyway, making fun of wrestling and DC. We got the Peacemaker official trailer that just dropped.
You can't see him.
I can't tell if this was technically dropped by HBO or if it was part of DC Fandom.
It was DC Fandom.
Yeah, I know.
Dome.
But Dome. God damn it.
Fuck.
But yeah, John Cena's Peacemaker was definitely a standout of the most recent Suicide Squad movie.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And you know, there's like a little bit of a tease that like, you know, he was going to be doing a series with James Gunn and everything, and this is the trailer for that, which looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, we need audio. My God.
What does that mean? Truth is, I'm supposed to be in prison. For what? Superhero stuff. What's
Superhero stuff.
Peacemaker. Get out of here! There's no superhero called Peacemaker. And I'm famous.
I do. There's a fucking superhero in peace.
What the fuck is Discount Deadpool doing here?
Oh, this I actually think is like intriguing, right? So it's
Vigilante.
Vigilante. Yeah, his costume is it's a bold look,
Yeah.
but
His tonality later in the trailer is very Deadpool.
yeah,
This is our new recruit, Adebayo. You don't have to shoot people after I already killed them.
dude, I think it's John Cena's Peacemaker outfit is just so absurd looking. It's so great.
Trying to be helpful.
Our first target is Senator Royal Goff. Goff may be traveling with his family.
Are you sure those two kids came out of those parents? That's an attractive couple. That one looks like it came out of them, but the other one looks like a butt baby.
Stupid.
Butt baby.
One that comes out normal, and then butt babies. Worse in every way. They come out of a woman's butt. Well, I believed I was a butt baby until I was 14.
Butt babies are really ugly.
He delivers it with such confidence.
I will say that.
Hey, Dad.
I'd much rather go into a dancing boy like you.
Oh my god, dude, what's that actor's name? That's the actor that played the Terminator T-1000 and Terminator 2.
You're right.
Separates us from other killers is we only kill bad people. Usually. Unless there's a mistake.
That's very Deadpool. Come on.
I will say this. Did they just like is Ryan Reynolds just doing a voiceover for that
It sounds
character?
like it, right?
If you just drop that, people actually might like you.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Well, so that was what I was wondering. Like, it kind of looks like that Cyclone character's outfit. All right, that's from a different release. Never mind. But it kind of looks like not the Cyclone. What's his name? From the fucking Suicide Squad movie, the Nathan Fillion's character.
TDK?
Yeah. I love this.
Oh my god. He's hugging me.
This bald eagle hugging it. John Cena.
Stupid.
Yeah, dude, this movie, this show, it just looks like it's gonna be fun. It looks like it's gonna be fun. It's gonna have some decent action parts and like.
Absolutely. It's
You know-
it's like I'm confident I'm going to get exactly what I want from it.
Yeah, 100%. And it's just James Gunn delivering exactly the style that you want James Gunn to deliver, where it's there's like that humor injected into it every step of the way.
Yeah.
And I think that's if DC keeps doing stuff like that, they'll start being more successful.
Yeah,
finally.
I think it's definitely like if DC can embrace going a bit harder, doing a bit more of like a hard R,
Yeah.
like the Suicide Squad, they're gonna get a different audience.
Yeah.
And it's like it's something we talk about in multiple contexts. It's about finding your niche. And
Totally.
where specifically your brand shines. DC has always done a bit darker stuff, at least in the comics, or when it comes to animation for a long time. Look at the Justice League Apocalypse War movie where they killed fucking everyone and they had to flashpoint the universe again because it ended so badly. Like that's
Yeah.
like
It's true, man. That particular animated movie was like
that's some heavy shit.
yeah.
Raven tries to kill herself but gets stopped by a depowered kryptonite injected Superman. It's some metal shit.
Some fucking intense shit. Well, it's true though, and like I mean, I think that like and it goes back all the way to the '80s, particularly of like DC being kind of the more like gritty of the two comic book companies.
Yeah.
And yeah, that has kind of bled into their thing, but it's like for so long it's like worked against them in terms of like live action stuff.
Yeah.
Which I never understood. But
I think it was a lack of willingness to commit to it.
Well, I guess that was probably the main thing. It's like they try to do this like weird. They try to do this weird like, 1 foot into like the hardcore shit, and then 1 foot into like the family friendly look, and like it just doesn't work because it pulls your characters into too many weird directions.
Yeah.
You can't have a fucking family friendly Batman without it being Adam West. You know what I mean? And like,
He still gotta kill his parents.
yeah, the darkest thing about that universe is that Batman's parents fucking died.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, at the same time, though, there's not like I don't know. I think you're right. I think they just need to commit to one or the other.
Yeah.
And I think in the past, historically, the things that have made their characters successful have been darker storylines.
Yeah.
And so,
Makes it more engaging.
that's why Aquaman 2 is now like supposed to be like a quasi horror movie,
We're not. Are we gonna watch the Aquaman behind the scenes?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch it already.
Yeah,
so
I don't give a fuck.
I don't really plan to.
Neither do I.
If you're here for Aquaman commentary, it's at the very end, so keep listening.
we sincerely, with no malicious intent,
I'm just not interested.
don't fucking care about Aquaman.
I'm not interested in that. I'm really interested in the new Dune movie that Jason Momoa is in, but not Aquaman.
Yeah.
No.
So, speaking of darker stories, specifically ones with an anti-hero that overpowers Superman and the little boy that can beat Superman's ass, Shazam. We briefly mentioned him before. Back here again.
So
Black Adam. Do you smell what Black Adam is cooking?
Oh, I smell
After
it.
7 years?
It is stanky. So, just really quick off the cuff before we start this. I love that they're trying to rebrand Black Adam as the Man in Black.
I think it's a good tagline.
It's too edgy.
We're about to watch this.
It's too edgy.
This is an edgy clip.
Is it?
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hit it.
Here we go. Looks like the Mummy meets Shazam.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, this was a really good first look, I think. I think they did a really good job picking this clip out.
Great teaser.
Because,
It also looks decently well shot.
they said that this is near the beginning of the movie. So, like, you're getting like
They're reawakening him?
Yeah. Reawakening sequence, which is fucking cool.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Rather than having him, like, flying in.
Yeah, like, I've been around for a while already.
I've been flying over here for millennia.
Like, I worry, though, that this is, like, the darkest part of the movie.
Yes, and me too.
You know what I mean?
They hope they ham it up. The Scorpion King.
Yeah, he's got the powers of Anubis still.
Fatality.
Straight up.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
You can see, like, his blood bursting out of his body.
Yeah, there's...
The Rock's got the stature for it. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that's what got him the role in the first place.
He looks
Was
the
because
part.
he looks like fucking Black Adam. He's been designed for decades. Which is saying something to testament to The Rock. I mean, the dude does literally at 40-something years old has like a superhero's physique. You know what
Did you see he made them take the padding out of his suit?
Of course. He's like, there's no way he was going to do that inauthentically. He's like, I don't need the fucking fluff. Yeah, so it's like, I mean, like that.
The Rock's not pudgy.
That
Come
first clip is really like, it's really cool. It's a really cool like way of introducing like the tone behind that movie and that character.
100%.
That I hope leads through the entirety of the film. But there's also, before the actual like first look clip that we just like watched where he like, electrocutes that cat and essentially what you imagine is just destroy all the other fucking explorers that were in that cage
Yeah, they're all dead.
place. But there's like clips of like Pierce Brosnan. I thought this was kind of cheesy, but also kind of an interesting perspective. He mentions there's this clip of Pierce Brosnan mentioning that he spent 10 years working on Bond movies, 4 different Bond movies, which were big movies for the time, like big action movies. And this production is bigger than any of those movies, which is interesting to me.
Yeah. An actor with that kind of resume saying something like that is impressive.
It is.
Also, great casting for the Justice Society.
So like relative unknowns besides
Pierce Brosnan.
I love what's his name, like Aldous or whatever for the Hawkman. Like that dude. I saw some like again. I feel like the physicality that character usually has, Hawkman. I think that guy's gonna bring it because which I think is really cool. And just having Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, I was like originally on the fence about like why Pierce Brosnan, but you watch some of his body of work, and he's a fine actor. Like he's not like super exceptional, but I'm not like upset to see him in anything. You know what I mean?
Charismatic presence.
Yeah,
Akin to The Rock himself.
exactly. And The Rock is like
real. The Rock's just gonna be
The Rock.
The Rock's just gonna be Hobbs from Fast and Furious again.
The Rock said, I mean, straight up, you know, like in that same sort of promotional piece, whether it's fluff or not, he mentions that like he's been a part of some really big action movie sequences.
Yeah.
And that the stuff that they've been pulling off for this movie has been like the biggest action sequences that he's filmed in his career.
Awesome.
Which, yeah, that definitely makes you intrigued because you're just like,
hey, The Rock's also a great hype man. Come on.
He is. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not gonna. Listen, the Rock seems to be one of those people. He knows how to play the crowd, which is exactly why. I mean, his character was the most entertaining man in sports entertainment, or whatever, or the most electrifying man in sports.
Definitely the most entertaining man in car media for a long time.
Well, and there's the thing, like he brings like that same energy to everything he contributes to.
Do you see his,
and that's something I can't appreciate about that person is that he puts his fucking energy where his mouth is really. Like he puts that shit out there. I don't think it works for certain things, like his song with Tech Nine that just fucking came out.
I was gonna say
that thing's hot garbage. It's so fucking lame.
It's so funny,
and it's like it reminds me of when Shaquille O'Neal started trying to break into rap. And like he just had, like he basically, except Shaq rolled with Wu-Tang Clan, so at least that was like a little more fucking respectable.
Yeah.
Like Tech Nine, I've never been a fan of, but the Rock's verse on that Tech Nine song was
so
like
dicey.
It's exactly what you'd expect a rock rap to fucking sound like. Like there's no flow. It's just they were just like, okay, just say what you're gonna say, and we'll make sure the beat works with it. Like,
I'm confident that his rap was probably the first thing they recorded.
I almost guarantee
so they could build around it.
Yeah, like yeah. Anyway,
The Rock is a apparently very nice man. Could kill us both.
Totally. That dude could flex and I would die.
Yeah, I know. And apparently he's incredibly motivated. Wants to make only stuff that he enjoys and that he thinks is good.
Yeah.
Good for him.
No, 100%.
You're not a rapper.
Just don't rap anymore, man. Just keep making like fun, fucking charismatic movies and all this shit.
On the note of rapping, did you hear Robert Panson's new track on Machine Gun Kelly's? Not fucking rap.
I was gonna say, I was like, oh my god, is that real? Like dude, that would be. Like, that would be a nightmare.
This is DC Fandome.
This is a fandom, man. Everything's on the table.
Ezra Miller's been out a rap piece.
Dude, that's the whole thing. Every person with a movie in the DC universe has a rap song with it.
Oh, Christ.
Jesus. So next, I mean, we do have like a legit Batman trailer now.
Dude,
like that first one was
so
that
much
teaser
Batman in DC fandom.
Dude. Well, I mean, Batman's Batman
the shit.
is like, you know, it's the driving force behind everything.
Should we just get into it?
Yeah, man. I mean, I just really quickly, I will say this. I saw this retweet. Zack Snyder retweeted like an image from this trailer, and it was like just like a big congratulatory kind of like this looks sick kind of retweet, and Matt Reeves was just like retweeted that and was just like, you know, in awe in this way. And I was like, that's
incredible.
That's like, what a feeling that must be to like have like a peer that you really respect, like look at the, like this trailer, not even the movie that you've put together, and be like, I am so looking forward to this. You know,
I was thinking there's so much hype around this.
Yeah.
We got a ton of villains.
Yeah.
We got Robert Pattinson's Batman. It looks beautifully shot. Before there was even a teaser release, I heard that Michael Giacchino was doing the score.
Oh man, yeah.
And it's like, and the score in this trailer is ridiculous, and that's what the movie has.
It's going to be one of the most haunting things about the movie.
It looks intense.
I bet.
It looks like it's setting the vibe.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Do it. I've watched this thing like 3-4 times already, probably.
Same.
Like,
because it's the good shit.
Yeah, and I'll keep watching it. There is like speculation that the Riddler's character will be very similar to Jigsaw, which, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but I'm kind of on the fence about.
Yeah. I think the Riddler you have creative license with.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get too murdery, you know, like not like you know, I've got these crazy devices set up.
I'm gonna quickly pause. We're both baristas. This is a fucking lie.
Yeah, this latte art 100% was either etched or just digitally put in there, and I mean, you can tell by the cup that this particular latte has been sitting for a good period of time.
Look at that separation.
Yeah, it's not pretty, and I bet that drink is terrible.
That said, the trailer.
Yeah. But this is about Batman.
Batman. Damn, so percussive.
Like, it sounds like a fucking horror movie.
I know. It's awesome. What are these, like Joker guns?
Yeah.
It's a warning.
Just Batman casually beating up like 10 to 15 people.
With a taser on his wrist?
Yep.
Fuck. Who is that?
Not as intense as I was hoping for in that moment, but I feel like that's the Riddler.
Oh, she looks the part so
yeah,
well.
dude, Zoe Kravitz Catwoman is something to look forward to for multiple reasons.
Andy Serkis too. It's so good.
Yeah, dude, Andy Serkis, always worth like when he steps into the fucking light, you know. I love it. Take it easy, sweetheart.
I need the gabagool.
I've heard that his penguin role is very limited though.
I just want this shot,
Who are you under there?
not this. This.
Oh.
Oh,
Dude, just Batman just taking assault rifle rounds to the fucking chest while he walks up to you to beat the hell out of you.
shoot him in the jaw.
Dude, like, are you kidding me? After watching him take 5 bullets, I would have like tried to move my gun. Yeah, so this definitely this definitely like reminds me. I feel like he's gonna struggle with like his killing rule in this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love this.
So badass. I love that it's like a Mustang.
Yeah, dude. Like, I've read that this end shot, man, is so epic.
It's so good.
Yeah, like I've read that like
Holy shit. It's so crazy.
it just looks so fucking good, man. It looks so intense.
March 4th. Just that score. You're right. It's just haunting.
Yeah, dude. It gives you the chills like the score does itself.
Dude, I just want to see that sequence of Batman walking through like a dimly lit corridor where most of the light is coming from gunfire. It's such a cool concept and
a
plays
really cool
so well into Batman.
Totally. Yeah, there's you can tell that like visually this movie is gonna take the cake. Like it's I still like, you know, they've shown you a bit, like a little bit about what the story might be. They've basically everything that they've put out so far. They've shown you the players, right? But you don't have any real connecting pieces, like storyline wise. Like where does the Penguin fit into this?
Yeah.
Where does the Riddler fit into this? And that is like that makes me so much more intrigued.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that they're not oversaturating us with stuff.
It's really up in the air.
At least I hope they don't in the future, because I think
this is the last trailer.
I hope it is too, because like it's a Batman movie, man. You know that he as a detective is going to solve a mystery. You know, leave it a fucking mystery for us.
It's tangentially related, but feeds into it. I want this to be the last trailer because we have the players.
Yeah.
We know Riddler. We know Penguin.
Exactly.
We know Batman. We know Catwoman. We know that Alfred's in it. Mm-hmm. There might be some surprises. Cool. Leave them.
Yeah. Definitely.
Spider-Man No Way Home is getting another trailer like a month before its release. Why? Yeah. It's gonna sell fucking tickets.
Yeah.
Leave the mystery.
That's kind of where I'm at with it too. Like, though the hype has been there since the get-go with that movie, for instance, where it's like, you know, we want to see like 3 Spider-Men in a fucking trailer. Like, we want it to happen. Like,
I want to go into a theater and have like my dick blown off when fucking Tobey Maguire walks out.
I would rather have that experience. You know what I mean? Than have it like inevitably pop up online and blast it all over social media where you cannot escape it. You know?
Well, I mean, like I'm totally fine with like the random, like haphazard, like Tobey Maguire's in it, leaked, fucking confirmed, like that type of stuff. Yeah. Because it's
just the nature of the internet.
It's so ubiquitous. People are bullshitting.
If you get mad about like finding that stuff these days, it's kind of.
But if it shows up in a trailer, you know what's happening in the movie. Yeah. You know, and that's what's frustrating. Yeah. It's like, I don't need another trailer for this. Yeah. I'm gonna go watch it. I was going to go watch it after the first trailer.
Exactly. Like, you've already sold me on it.
Exactly.
Don't need to sell
me
anymore.
And I have zero plot either than it appears Riddler's the primary villain.
Yeah. which
Which
is
who's
still kind of a question for me, honestly.
I have a question. Who's the person he's talking to in the cell? We're very deliberately not shown a face, and I doubt it's the Riddler.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a number of characters if you ask me. It could be a Scarecrow character. It could be Riddler because it looks like Paul Dano his character gets arrested earlier. And I have heard they're not. I don't think they're jumping into the Joker stuff, but I've heard that.
Oh, dude, it would be so cool.
I've heard that like some of those like gang members that you see with face paint, that's supposed to be like a kind of homage to Joker. Like it's supposed to be, they're supposed to maybe be like graffiti in the background on some walls that allude to Joker existing. But I don't know if he's like in as a character, and I think it'd be bad if this movie introduced the Joker. You know what I mean?
Dude, I would love a little like, give me Joaquin Phoenix.
Well, but that's the thing.
Let this be the same universe.
I mean, that would be the most beautiful thing. Like, that would be the best move that they could do with like making this movie attaching this movie to anything else that they've done.
And this is the whole thing for me.
Yeah.
So, this was originally supposed to be a movie that was like the 90s ish.
Yeah, I remember hearing.
It's present day, obviously.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it was supposed to be dated at first.
Yeah, but it's sort of gone to more like a present day, but still like a bit gothic. With Batman, I'm assuming Batman is in his 20s.
Yeah, I think they quoted him as being like maybe in his like second year of operation. In this
exactly,
movie,
like a Batman year 2 type.
Yeah,
so like mid 20s ish, let's say.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne has zero responsibility. He's not like going to college or some shit. He's just has time on his hands and he's depressed and is gonna go beat the fuck out of some criminals.
Yeah.
The fucking 20 years after we saw fucking Joaquin Phoenix giving Bruce Wayne a smile. I mean, come on. Joaquin Phoenix is not a young man. I could definitely see them aging up Joker having been in prison for a long time.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. They don't even necessarily need to do that to make you buy it. You know what I mean? Like they just need to, they just need to make the connection.
Yeah.
Oh my god, though, dude! Like, how fucking awesome would that be?
It'd be sweet.
Like, again, I think that's one of the that would be like the best move that they could do with like the Joker character for this movie. But what I'm most intrigued by is that I'm really wondering how like far this Batman is gonna go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think is this gonna be like the proto Batman in Gotham? Where he's like nearly gonna kill someone.
Yeah.
He finds Joe Chill. So funny that Joe Chill killed his parents. Sorry. I'm never gonna get over the name choice.
Joe Chill.
And it's with Batman being so iconic, it's eternally gonna be who killed Batman's parents? Joe Chill.
Yeah.
But it's fucking stupid. Where he finds Joe Chill and doesn't kill him.
Yeah.
And it's like Gotham had its issues. That was a very engaging part of the plot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we might see something like that with him getting more unhinged, and maybe the finality of the film is him not succumbing to that.
I agree with you. I think that's going to be a big element to this movie is the idea, and this is something that the Batman character has always had, where it's like, does Batman let that darkness take him? Yeah. Right? Does he just say like, fuck it, I am the Knight, like I am fucking, like I'm just gonna like be brutal, I'm gonna be, one of the best storylines that I think touches on this is Frank Miller's All-Star Batman and Robin. When him and Jim Lee put that together, it was interesting and controversial because it was showing Batman, Frank Miller's version of Batman in like some of his younger years, rather than like where it was originally Frank Miller's Batman was only like post-retirement. So they were showcasing some of that, and some of the mentality and the inner dialogue that he had was like the thrill that he got from like breaking this dude's bones and like shit like that, and so it was like this really dark internal monologue. And I think that's one of the interesting things about the Batman character that doesn't always get translated to the screen.
He's fucking enjoying it.
Is that like what if this dude is enjoying what he's fucking doing?
And he's just in denial.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a really also, powerful fucking like element to that character, if you ask me. It brings
in the whole conflict with Batman as well, where it's like he's only doing half of the job. Like Gotham would probably be a better place if he did kill everyone.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
and that's I mean,
it's his moral
when-
code is inherently flawed. Like that was Red Hood's argument.
exactly when Jason Todd comes back to life, like that was like
He
that
like,
big realization for him was just like Batman's just fucking off about like actually doing the right work. Like
yeah, he's not doing the whole thing. He's a half measure.
yeah,
So Jason Todd shows up, cleans up Gotham ridiculously quickly by killing a bunch of
killing
goons.
off people. Yeah.
And then when people Batman put in prison break out, they make less of a fuss. Like it's like that type of stuff. I think it's very interesting, and this movie's gonna be fucking phenomenal. Your Scarecrow comment reminded me of one thing I want to say before we get out of here.
what's that?
Oh my god, Cillian Murphy might be playing Doctor Doom.
Dude, 100% down with that.
So, dude,
100% down with that. I would love a serious actor in that role.
like a really fucking good actor in that role.
I thought it would be brilliant for like that's a great casting. But it was there's the long running fan cast of like what was his name? He played the best villain in Breaking Bad.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, dude. Like I thought him as Doctor Doom would have been like
That's
a handful
sick.
of years ago. That would have been like really on.
You know,
But, like, oh, man,
ooh, wait. Return to the game minute. Far Cry 6 came out. Giancarlo Esposito plays the main villain.
That's right, man.
And-
Those are all those images of him in like the white and red.
Yeah, he's playing like a fucking Fidel Castro-esque figure, and you're like trying to liberate a Cuba in quotes esque nation. Far Cry is never subtle. And especially with the last one, where it was a American nationalist cult that took over a county in Montana.
Oh my god!
It was like Christian extremism took over a county.
Well, good on him for taking that seriously.
Yeah, well, they took that shit very seriously. But it's like super mediocre, and Giancarlo Esposito obviously had other work, and he's criminally underused.
Yeah, I mean that dude's a gem of a fucking actor. Like,
he's
if you
incredible.
get him in on a project, you better use him.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. I mean, DC really pulled out the stops. Like there's been so much hype.
Yeah.
For what they've been working on, that like we didn't talk about they dropped some stuff about Fury of the Gods, Shazam 2, which
There's
looks
all
like
behind the scenes footage.
yeah, and again like that movie looks like kind of in the same vein as the first one. It's going to be a really fun, family friendly movie.
Yeah.
You know
and
what I mean?
like the first Shazam is so fun.
Totally, and that's like the vibe that they went for. They nailed. And I
it.
bet they're gonna do that again with this movie.
Yeah.
Aquaman 2, not that interested in.
That's our take on Aquaman 2. Thanks for sticking around till the end.
Yeah,
of the
there you
podcast.
go. You got yours. But the
appar-
Batman, dude, the Batman is gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Oh, another thing. Henry Cavill's apparently back in as Superman.
Oh shit.
I
mean, again, like it would be a damn waste of him as that role, dude. He's a legit Superman. I'll
you know what's
say that.
more of a damn waste though?
What?
That if you opened a box labeled James Bond, Henry Cavill would come out of it. And if he's too busy being Superman, he's not going to be able to be Bond.
Yo, but
and
he's...
Idris Elba said he's not going to be Bond, so we only have Henry Cavill.
I heard that Henry Cavill, like his interest in the Bond franchise, like it was like a quote or something like that was like floating around. That was like his interest was like he would love to play like a villain or something in the Bond franchise.
He's too busy doing that for Mission Impossible.
Yeah, well, that was kind of it. I was like, I feel like that's just like his Mission Impossible role at that point. Then, and I mean, he would be an excellent choice for Bond.
Fuck yeah! Do you watch The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, like his action presence, his physical presence is
awesome.
is on, and I just feel like he is a solid Superman, and it would be a huge waste to like not give him the room to like actually do some more.
Yeah,
everybody wants to see Henry Cavill and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson swing at each other in their superhero costumes.
Especially after the weird Shazam Superman cameo that wasn't a cameo because it was just a random dude wearing the Superman costume.
Yeah, it was so... I mean, it just teases you exactly what you want, which is like finally Superman in a, like next to like some big guns that can like hold their own.
Yeah.
You know?
And no.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait some more.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, like...
Matinee Edition.
I guess they gave it to us and we gave it to you.
Go play Nintendo All-Star Brawlers.
What?